When McDonald's was at its peak, it felt unstoppable, like every kid's birthday dream come true, every road trip must-have, and an American icon. It was the place for a Big Mac and fries, dominating the fast food world, setting trends, and giving other chains no chance to compete. But then, the unthinkable happened. McDonald's, the mega giant, started slipping down, like one of its ice cream machines that never seems to work. The world's love affair with the Golden Arches soured, sales dipped, people turned away, and things looked rough. But hold up, the story doesn't end there. Against the odds, McDonald's found a way to rise from the fryer oil and reinvent itself. The golden decade for the McDonald's business empire was between the 1960s to the 1970s. Ray Kroc, who wasn't even the founder of McDonald's, but an ambitious franchisee, turned it into a global franchise regarding fast food. As the chain expanded worldwide, the Golden Arches became representative of American culture and were adorned with the words, "over 1 billion sold." It was more than just fast food. The groundbreaking marketing strategies of the franchise led its expansion across America. The brand introduced drive-thrus, which catered perfectly to America's growing car culture. McDonald's was as popular for children as Mickey Mouse, and it looked as if nothing could go wrong for them. So what led to this meteoric rise? Well, for one, it nailed the art of consistency. In other words, if a customer is looking for a delicious taste regardless of where they are, McDonald's is the solution. And for anyone craving that specific taste, McDonald's was there for them. The company also perfected efficiency and customer service. The speedy service system made it possible to churn out food at lightning speed. And then came along the Happy Meal. With each meal a little toy, it was like ringing a bell for kids. Parents love to get a break, kids love the toys, and McDonald's loves the revenue. Things, however, began to turn for the worse. Towards the end of the 90s and into the early 2000s, it became clear that the walls were beginning to crack. The recession of fast food's glamour was showing signs, and rising health issues were being taken seriously. Documentaries like Super Size Me hit hard, exposing just how unhealthy a regular McDonald's diet could be. Suddenly, the fast food giant that was once synonymous with fun and family became synonymous with obesity and heart disease. The Big Mac and large fries was being reconsidered as a normal lunch. Sales started to drop. McDonald's got a reputation for being unhealthy, outdated, and unfashionable. People who once adored them started hiding from them. The fear of handing one's child a meal that was laced with sugar and sodium made even the Happy Meals unhappy. Subways and other new hip chains started claiming that there was a better option out there. And then the trend of Western coffee started growing and spreading like wildfire. McDonald's wasn't even in the game yet. It didn't help that McDonald's was also grappling with some internal mess. The company grew at a fast pace, opening new premises without evaluating the need. This resulted in some shops making losses and the firm's operations being inefficient. The stock value was low, the employees' spirits were low, and there was real fear that the king of fast food was taking too many hits and would finally be dethroned. This low point felt like hitting rock bottom for McDonald's. When the situation was beginning to look ugly, McDonald's understood that change was inevitable if they wanted to remain in the game. The question was, how could a brand so associated with fast food, calories, and grease win back a health-conscious world? Enter a new era of innovation. McDonald's did the most unexpected, or at least wanted the world to believe it did. It became low-calorie. In the mid-2000s, it started to introduce ingredients such as salads with the sauces, apple cuts and Happy Meals, and adding oatmeal to the menu. Then there was the option of substituting French fries with fruits. This was an evident attempt to change the company's branding. McDonald's was not just adding menu items, it was rebranding itself as a more wholesome choice for the modern family. It also launched McCafe, taking a direct shot at Starbucks. And honestly, it wasn't a bad move. The coffee was surprisingly good, the prices were lower, and McDonald's managed to bring in a whole new set of customers. Suddenly, McDonald's wasn't just for a quick burger, but for a morning latte, a frap, or a snack wrap. In some places, McCafes turned into cozy spots where people would hang out, creating a new vibe for the brand. Then came 2010. McDonald's had changed how it operated. It realized the impact the digital age had on business and decided to embrace the change. Self-service kiosks popped up in stores, making ordering more personalized and faster. And they also launched mobile ordering and delivery through partnerships with Uber Eats and DoorDash. Fast food had just become faster, with the perk of more variety. Gone were the days of standing at the counter. All one had to do was click, and everyone loved it. Plus, McDonald's finally listened to one of the biggest consumer complaints and addressed their ice cream machine issues. They began development of everlasting machines, aiming to minimize the possibilities of, "Sorry, it's broken." And then the all-day breakfast came. You remember the buzz, right? For years, the fast food chain was taunting the people by offering the Egg McMuffins and the hash brown only to be sold till 10:30 a.m. Wasn't that mean? After extreme pressure, particularly by its brand-loyal customers, McDonald's relented, and one of the biggest changes in the McDonald's story happened. All-day breakfast was introduced in 2015. The response was huge, and people were overjoyed to have McMuffins whenever they felt like it, even if it was at 3 p.m. This decision not only brought back some lapsed customers, but also showed that McDonald's was listening and adapting to what people really wanted. By the year 2020, however, it was not just about taste and convenience for McDonald's. The younger generation was more eco-friendly than before, and McDonald's recognized that this was an issue that it could not brush aside. With the rate at which the country was developing, the company put itself on the line for responsible sourcing, claiming that by 2020, the type of beef it sourced would be sustainable and the coffee would have ethical growing practices. However, these were not merely public relations efforts. They represented a fundamental change in the direction of the company. It was rather a bigger picture approach that McDonald's was shifting from just producing burgers on a large scale to something more sophisticated. Another important step was the inclusion of plant-based alternatives. The McPlant burger was developed in cooperation with Beyond Meat and made available in select locations. Although it was not McDonald's who came first with the idea to include plant-based options, nevertheless, it indicated that this fast food establishment too is open to experimenting. And also, as it turned out, McDonald's was not just good enough to be making it within the US. It was definitely doing well abroad. And more importantly, not trying to offer the same menu. The consultancy emerged with the understanding that it needed to localize its offering in order to meet the demand. It was, for instance, necessary to launch in India the Maharaja Mac, a burger that substituted beef with chicken patties. The company also released shrimp burgers in Japan. In France, McDonald's decided to complete its offer with some more sophisticated options. So it was not only about the American standard that McDonald's offered, it underwent a transformation, and so did adversity for its clients. The COVID-19 pandemic was an absolute catastrophe for McDonald's, just like any other restaurant in the world. A need for several store closures arose, and footfall decreased significantly. But since McDonald's was already equipped with drive-thrus, online orders, and delivery collaborations, it was in a superior position to face the impact compared to regular sit-down places. By the end of 2021, McDonald's began to turn a profit on its ongoing activities and began to report on sales growth, once again clearly demonstrating its ability to respond to events and not only survive, but also grow in a distress period. So, where does that leave McDonald's today? It's still a giant in the fast food world, but now it's a more thoughtful giant. The company is investing in tech, focusing on sustainability, and experimenting with new menu items. And it's not just about burgers and fries anymore. McDonald's has become an experience, a nostalgic treat, and sometimes even a guilty pleasure for many. It has shown resilience by reinventing itself over and over again. So next time you're biting into a Big Mac or sipping a McCafe coffee, remember the journey McDonald's went through to stay on top. What do you think will happen next? Let us know in the comments section below, and make sure to like the video. Thanks for watching.